Welcome to Loving God and Loving Life. We're in Revelation chapter 5, where the theme is John. Jesus is showing John this vision, and John sees people who've been redeemed and saved out of every nation on earth, every corner. We think it's just us. Jesus is at work everywhere. And John hears every creature praising God and Christ. Again, to people who are struggling, seems like an interesting thing to focus on. Why? Again, he's seeing this great, massive church praising God victoriously. It should be pretty obvious why this theme. When you're struggling, when you're feeling defeated, you're tempted to think, man, this whole thing is collapsing. The church is collapsing. Oh my gosh, my family is collapsing. Here's where you're tempted to believe. Oh, God is collapsing. When you're going through a struggle, we tend to kind of end up being a little glass half empty. And Jesus is trying to lift our eyes and say, hey, gang, wait, wake up. Here's how it all ends. And you're a part of it. You're a part of this. You're building this. You don't see the whole piece. You're one little piece of this massive puzzle. He's backing up to show you the puzzle. Here's how it ends. This massive billions of people who love Jesus and love God, and they all end up, and you end up with them. Gathered together, worshiping God. This ends really, really well. Man, that's helpful. That's helpful. Notice one more thing. In the worship, he also, John says, I began to, verse 4, John says, I began to weep bitterly because no one was found worthy to open the scrolls. Both the worship, the highs, and then John says he weeps bitterly when he has some spiritual encounter. Spiritual things are emotional. They are. Yeah, I outside of spiritual activity, I'm not that emotional of a guy, but God has interesting ways of touching me. Man, I would say 99% of my tears in life have been just when God reveals or touches me or moves me in some fashion. Friends, let's live open to Him. And He's going to produce, yes, we're going to have a little more emotion, and that passion is then going to exude towards people and life as well. Let's never forget that, friends. That's why God has called us here. That's why we pray that prayer every day. God, today, send us one person today to share your love with. Let's not forget, friends, it's loving God, living for Him that ends us with a life that we just love to live.